you nervous?
Man, 105 miles. Are you kidding me? Gravel? 14 miles of sand. I've never ridden on sand. It's gonna be 95 degrees out there. I'm just out there pedaling, having fun. There's obviously moments where I'm like, why am I doing this? There's moments on the bike where you feel like, I just wanna throw my bike to the side of the road and walk home. And then suddenly something clicks in your brain and you're just like flowing with the road. You feel like you're not even pedaling. The gear is in the perfect place. You're like just swooshing by and you're like, this is like the best thing in life.
You're committed to finishing and that's why you're nervous? Like, because you could just stop.
I won't stop. I might be dying, but I won't stop. I'm committed. I'll do this no matter what. As the jersey says, yes or yes. No matter what. I was born in Mexico City and I was raised there. I lived there until I was 19 and I came to New York.
My friend had asked me if I would be his +1 at a Christmas party. So I was not at all, imagining that I was going to be meeting my wife. I was kind of just tagging along at this party. We got married in 2019 in April.
And it was funny because when we started dating, I started having this feeling like I really want to have a kid.
We then spent a year trying to get pregnant.
All my life, I had suffered from very tough periods. I would have lots of cramps. I ended up a couple times in the doctor office because the pain was so bad. So we went to the doctor and I learned that I had endometriosis. I had a procedure where they had to take all the endometriosis and a vaginal septum that I didn't know that you could have, but apparently you can. So we went through 3 rounds of IUI, and what is really tough is getting the call because you're excited, and it's hard because you want to be excited. You want to be there, ready to get the good news. I'm pregnant and jump up and dance. But then you're not. It's just, it's hard to get that news, I guess it's hard every time. And when we did the IVF retrieval, I had hyperstimulation. And I ended up 2 times on the ER. There was a moment where I thought, I'm broken. I'm a woman and I can't give birth. Like, I can't make a baby. I'm broken. And I said, I can't go directly into trying to get pregnant after this. I feel like I need time to get back to feeling like myself. My brother-in-law and a friend, John, they were both racing with us. John was like, hey guys, I've done this race before. It's called a Fistful of Dirt, and it's super fun. I'm gonna do it this year. And he was asking James, my brother-in-law, would you do it as well? My eyes just opened up, and I looked at my husband. I was like, we should do this. Could we do this? It was a personal challenge, something to be able to focus on myself, on us as a couple, and have to do something that we would just go out and enjoy and not have to think about the IVF stuff, and just reconnect to myself and start feeling like myself again. We are about to enroll to the Fistful of Dirt. This is exciting and nerve-wracking. Welcome to the 3rd annual Fistful of Dirt, the Wild West of gravel riding right here in Cody, Wyoming. It's gonna be quite a training session we're gonna have to start doing here. So you could do like a 30 mile, I think, a 70 mile, or the 105 miles.
The 105 was her decision, and once we locked into that, then we got serious about training.
What are you eating?
Just all the good stuff to give me energy. Training for this race has been, one, chaotic and also amazing.
You're so close.
My first ride, we did 25 miles.
Nice.
And then we went to 40, 50.
50 miles. You just did 50 miles.
And we have done 70-mile rides as well.
70 miles. Average speed, 13
how this started. Like, I was just in a need of doing something for myself to feel better, and it ended up being an amazing thing where my husband and I got to connect and go out on the road every single week, and he's been training me because he does road bike. I feel good about myself. I like what I see in the mirror. I'm like proud of myself. So like emotionally, it has been fantastic. Very exciting. I have butterflies on my stomach. Like my entire stomach feels full, just butterflies. I'm nervous. And it's cool because once I finish this race, we start the baby race. So just have to nail it tomorrow and we'll be fine. You are freaking awesome. You've got this.
What time is it?
It's time to go. It's been quite a ride. It's like sometimes gets scary on the bikes. Also, it's very exciting. There's a headwind. The strongest headwind I've ever experienced, ever. It was just pushing you to one side, like keeping the bike straight. It was very hard. And we have the sun on our backs, and I'm pedaling, and suddenly I start seeing little dots all over. It's very early on the race. It's the first 25 miles. And the guy who had just wrapped the aid station that we had passed passes by me, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I say, "I think I'm okay. I just need a minute. I need to keep walking for a minute and then I'll get back on my bike." And he went to town who had finished climbing the hill, and he said, "Your wife is not okay and she's about to have a heat stroke and we need to cool her down immediately." And of course I start crying because I was like, "No, I have to finish this race." And this guy who is my hero, he looks at me and he says, "You're here to finish the race and you're gonna finish the race." And he said, "I think I should drive you to where this section ends and drop you off at the highway." I'm bummed. I'm bummed because I would have loved to be able to do the entire course by myself with no help. The heat was really high by that point, and I've always suffered from heat exhaustion and sunstrokes. Every single moment, I'm just really struggling. When we finally got to the real first aid station with food and water and everything, I was exhausted. This is...
Okay, this is the last one.
I think it's gonna be super fun. I just worry about the heat. That's the only thing. I'm super worried about the heat. We have apparently 7 to 10 more miles to the next aid station, and it's all sand. Ready?
Let's dance. That was incredible.
That was freaking awesome, man.
I wasn't tired or thirsty because I couldn't even think about anything other than just maneuvering.
When we get to the next aid station after the sand section, where I'm like, yeah! I did it! I was so proud. It was my favorite part of the race. I love you.
All right.
Let's get her done.
Hey, pavement!
And after that, we have an aid station, and it's the McCall Peaks. It's the highest part of the race, and that's supposed to be the worst part of the race. I had to stop. I couldn't make it all the way to the top. That's the way, all the way to the top. Everything felt like slow-mo and like I was not sure what was happening. So I start pushing my bike up the hill, which sounds easy, but it's harder than pedaling your bike up the hill. That last bit was the most excruciating and painful thing I've ever done in my life. Man, look at this. Look where we are. I mean, look at this, love. I've never seen so much land without a building. We've been on the saddle for 6 hours and 10 minutes. We've done 72 miles and we have like 33 to go. We were at the peak of the mountain and we have like huge like little moments of downhill that go into another super big uphill. The last aid station was like coming down a hill on a little corner before a big turn downhill. And you have a cliff on one side and you're way up in the mountains. We're coming down very hard. I lose control of my bike. My back wheel hits a rock and I let go my bike and I fall. When I go down the hill,
Okay.
that was very scary.
Yeah. You remember when in New York when you fell and yeah.
Like we're not gonna make the cutoff and I just want to finish it, but I don't want to be in danger. I'm like very scared.
That's smart. And I mean, we have to ride our bikes home, right?
And I want to get pregnant. I don't want to fall this shit and then not be able to do that. That's my priority.
Okay. Very good.
We've worked really hard and I've trained really hard to do it. But at the same time, I was feeling so proud of you. So proud of you. And we're doing it. You're doing it for us.
We're doing it together.
He said, I'll push for us now, and you'll get to push for us later. And so he kept going, and I saw him go up and down all those hills and go on that super scary downhill. And I've never been so proud. And he was right. He pushed for us for that section so we could finish the race together because we got in this together, and eventually it'll be my turn to push for both of us to have our baby. They dropped me off after that section and I was able to ride to the end of the race. It's painful, I'm tired, I want to do it. Then you're getting injections every morning and every evening, and the injection starts with hormones and you're feeling like crap, and it's like you're going through this very tough process that at the same time is a joyous and life-making, exciting process. And the bike is the same. I'm like very excited to accomplish something. Like I rode 105 miles on gravel and I had never ridden a road bike in my life until 5 months before the race.
We're 3 miles to the finish. 3 miles.
Woo, woo. At the end, I tell my husband, even if I have to crawl with my teeth across the finish line, I'm crossing that finish line, and I feel the same way about having a baby in my arms.
Oh my God. 14 hours, man. You made it! Congratulations.
Yeah, after these, I'm like, I got this. Even if it's hard, even if it's painful, I got this. I can do this. It just reaffirmed that I have the best partner for this journey and that there's no one else I would want to be going through life with and through the IVF process we're going with.
And we're both feeling really good. So it's a great day.
He has been my pillar the entire time.
Keep on keeping on, keep on keeping on, leap on leaping on, leap on leaping on, oh, keep on keeping on, keep on keeping on, leap on leaping on, leap on leaping on, keep on keeping on, keep on.